You know it. Don't know it. You know it. For Sunday. You know it. Don't know it. You know it.
Hello. Here we go. Episode 5. They thought they can cancel me, but you can't cancel Derek J. Hall. You just can't. We are back with another episode of 2TallPodcast. I am your host, the tallest with the most. I am single because I can't rhyme, so clearly. But I am Derek 2Tall Hall. This man right here who got the background. He's representing the show now. 2Tall Podcast. I like yours is better. Mine's is so big. Yours is, short. It's small. Can you move to the left a little, or?
But then,
yeah.
can't get down.
Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. Co-host Quentin. How are you feeling?
Hey everybody, how you doing? I'm feeling all right. It's been one of those days too. A little crazy trying to handle some stuff, but now I sound like I have a frog in my voice. But some days you have those days where you're trying to handle some stuff, and then like the anxiety just kind of picks up.
Yeah,
it's been one of those kind of days.
There's a lot. It's definitely one of those days. I was just telling Quentin there's a show with a movie with Keke Palmer coming out. Eventually, I don't know when.
I think it just came out.
It just came out?
I think so. Maybe today.
Oh, probably so. I'll check it out. I haven't been to the theater since Wicked. I was like, after I saw Wicked, I was like, there's no other movie. Oh well, Mufasa. But before that, I was like, there's no other movie worth going to the theater for anymore to see. All right. So today, we got one main thing we're going to discuss. I want to talk about age difference. In society, whether you're heterosexual, whether you're gay, bisexual, it don't really matter. There's opposites. You could be 30 dating somebody. No, run it back. You could be 22 dating somebody who's 34, 35, or 40. I notice in the gay culture, there's a lot of dudes who are like 22, already married to somebody like 40 or 50. Not knocking it, but does the age difference really work? I had somebody I wanted on because he actually said that there was an age difference. He was not mature enough. He was still playing around. He was 25. The person who said he was mature, he was 39. So we're going to talk about what age does age difference. Is there pros? There's cons. Up here I have a little chart. I see you, TJ. We're going to add you. TJ is our guest. If you remember him from the second episode, he is very well known in his area. When I bring him on, TJ, you'll introduce yourself. But I want to dive into this real quick. Benefits of age difference in a relationship. Higher relationship satisfaction and happiness, personal growth and learning, emotional maturity, new perspectives, contemplating perspectives, and enhanced social circles. So these are all the benefits you get with in an age difference relationship. So, Quentin, before I invite TJ, what's your thoughts on this? Because we're going to tackle each one. I think we'll tackle each one and dive in, and maybe we can all, if we're all comfortable, talk about if we had an age difference relationship. I definitely would tell mine. So yeah, but Quentin, what's your thoughts on all this real quick?
And I'll tell my story too later on when we get there. But I think it's one of those situations where you got to be ready for it. Because sometimes, I don't want to go too much into mine yet, but there are going to be differences. You know what I mean? And that's either good or bad, but there are going to be differences, and it's going to be a lot of compromise in there because you're both coming from two different perspectives, two different worlds, and just trying to make that mesh together. It takes some effort, So that's the thing I would say to know going into it.
Okay. TJ, I'm adding you now. TJ, welcome to the show. Good to have you back. I think you're on mute, buddy.
Okay, I do that in my too.
It happens.
Hey, everybody, I hope y'all have a great day.
I love your energy. I'm always gonna. I hope people that look at this, they love it. No shade to anybody that comes on. Kim is the only one that people keep asking to bring her back. But I gotta put TJ on the map too. He is a wonderful person, great energy. TJ, tell them a little bit about you.
29, pretty boring, but I'm funny. That's pretty much it.
Okay, TJ, do you agree with some of these benefits of an age difference?
I believe some of the benefits can be there. I believe the age difference in dating can also be a detriment because it exposes some things sometimes, or who's not sure, or who maybe moves a little too fast, whatever. Because one could be a negative to one person, but it could be positive. So I think it just who's ready for what.
Yeah. Well, let's start with the first one: higher relationship satisfaction and happiness. What does that necessarily define in your opinion? Is that like sex-wise? I don't know why my head went.
Up some stuff
when I think of satisfaction, I think of sex for a relationship. I don't know why my head went straight there, but of course, there's more to sex. But that's a healthy part of it, But can you have some bomb sex with somebody older than you or younger than you?
For me, I would say that when it comes to that one, the higher satisfaction, it can, from a sexual standpoint, if the other person is older, I would say they've got more experience. So there's that. And then maybe the younger person may have more stamina, but both of those things are interchangeable, so you never know. But that's one thing. And then I don't know if you take sex out of it, and it's just like satisfaction on just the relationship level itself. Depending on which person is more mature, that person with the more maturity may bring in more experience in that level too, so that you can kind of keep the relationship moving in a steady way. Like maybe they have more relationship experience also. But that's not always, but it can be.
Yeah, it's not always, because sometimes, hey, listen, you got the ones that are so mature, but they could be a little bit boring. You want somebody that's willing to break the rules every now and then, willing to, not every now and then when it comes to like paying bills. You want them to be able to pay their own bills. But you don't want somebody's too uptight, because there's mature people who are too uptight. I am someone who, when I was 21, I was looking like I was 30 or 31. The height played a role, but it was also the way I held myself, my maturity, because the way I was raised. But people used to be like, "Oh, you seem so uptight." No, but you got to take the time to get to know me. I'm very fun, loving, caring. Anybody that knows me and watches this show, even on my videos on Instagram, I'm goofy, I'm funny, I love to have fun, but I know how to get serious when it's time to get serious and how to put that maturity on. As for the sex part, I feel like, when I was 16, I always felt the older people was what I was drawn to. Older guys that had something going for themselves. So I always dated older. Even when I was attracted to females for like a good 2 minutes, I always liked the older women. Right, 2 minutes, right? And I always had that maturity thing. That's one of the things, somebody that's not going to play games. And right now, you don't really see any. I wonder about these couples, because there'll be one who's like 23, and then they're dating somebody who's like 40. So clearly, if he's 23 and he's mature, then okay. But if he's just a kid and you just spoon-fed him because you want to spoon-fed him, you want to play house, but if the sex is good, hey, why knock it, right? Somebody was, TJ, was you about to say something, or was that you, Quentin?
I think that might have been you, TJ.
Oh, yeah, TJ, I'm sorry.
Oh, I hadn't put in yet. I can I'm going to say, just personal opinion, I'm a fan of the age difference because I like older guys. So
Yeah.
I mean, me 29, I have no problem with a 60-year-old. As long as he carries himself, presentable. Oh yeah. If you
I'm learning some stuff about you. Wow.
oh yeah,
Really?
I love old men. I love old men. Oh, and I'm not. But it's a two-way street because just because they're older doesn't mean they're more mature. You might meet someone and that satisfaction and happiness be you meet someone who actually listens to you because that's a part of maturity. You might be a 40-year-old, but all of your life you felt like no one listens, and then you meet this 25-year-old, and that's all you wanted. Like he listens, he understands you, and y'all connect that way. If that's how it happens to you, hey, some people it takes. I'm 30 years old, so I gotta have somebody else with a 30-year-old mind, and that's if they can look at. Is how it.
Do you think some people will date somebody 60 because of what you just said for conversation, companionship, or is it to be a sugar baby?
Now, I think there are some people who they want to be the sugar baby. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get him all wrapped up in me. He gonna put me in his will, and then he'll keel over. But I mean, sometimes I think people I love, in that. The hesitation I have with that is that age difference. If I'm 29, he's 60. He probably got 20 more years left. If we're going on a regular lifespan. If we both make it to 80 years old, I'm gonna have to spend 40 years without him because he gonna die. Like, I mean, he already. Come on now. But if you're looking for honest love, yeah, I guess that's.
Well, throwing it at Quentin, everything he said, but doesn't it make you feel like, let's say that person's gone, doesn't that not waste your time, but all your youth has been gone because you're spending it to that one person. All your early youth has been gone. Quentin, how would somebody mentally deal with something like that, knowing that, okay, that person is gone? Not putting it, you know what, I was trying to sugarcoat, but I wasted my life with this person. Here I am, 40, and I put all my energy in this one person who's gone now. How does somebody deal with that mentally?
I mean, everything is different for everybody, of course. But I think if you were that younger person, the younger person in that duo, it would be more about the experience that you had. You know what I mean? Like, what were the good times? What were the benefits, I guess you could say, of being in that situation? Whether that be monetary, whether that be just the learning that you learned from that person, or the life you live. Because I mean, at the end of the day, none of us is really guaranteed time here. The same way, the older one could die at 80, the younger one could also die at 35. I mean, young people die all the time too, so you just never know.
So Quentin and TJ, y'all both are in your 30s, correct? Quentin, you're in your late 30s, correct?
Mm-hmm.
TJ, Quentin's like, don't be putting my age like that out there in the public. TJ, you're early 30s, just like me. Would you date anybody younger?
Personally, I date somebody younger, but you gotta be able to sit at the bar and you gotta have some type of substance to yourself. You can't just be like, a point you made earlier, if you're an older person who's looking like, I think the technical term is grooming. If you're trying to groom, that's inappropriate. But if you're something like you're, 24 years old, and because that's only 5 years for me. If you're 24 and you got something going for yourself, I'll entertain it. I'll see what you talk about.
Yeah, Quentin.
Same, even though I tend to like people who are older than me. If the person
really
had something, which, like I said, when we get into like the actual story thing, we'll talk about it. But at the same time, if somebody's younger
on this show.
But if somebody's younger and they've got stuff going on about themselves and they have a level of maturity, I don't think there's anything wrong with that either. I mean, really, it's all about a person. It's about how that person treats you, how that person looks at the world. We're all individuals.
So
Yeah.
for me, I'm 30. I wouldn't date anybody under me, but 26 would be the limit. I'm not gonna. Yeah, you got to be able to drink at the bar. You got to be able to be mature. Be goofy. I don't care. Be yourself. But if one thing that's gonna be red flag, if I have to pay for your bill because you don't work, or you are in between jobs, or I'm gonna be turned off. I want somebody to be a man. I started being a man at the age of 17. I knew how to pay a bill, how to dress myself. Well, I already knew how to do that, but going out in the world, I was working. That's why I had my first job around 17. So I was able to hold my own. I was saving the bank account and everything. So be able to be mature, because maturity, some people say maturity doesn't start till you're 25. Maturity starts when it needs to kick in, especially at that survival part of your life where you need to learn how to step into the manhood of being a man, period, So yeah, but I don't, 26 would be the limit. 26 would be the limit. I don't mind dating older, but if it was for older, I'm 30 now. So maybe my perspective will change when I'm 40. But for me, it would be 50. That's it. 50, like you look good. You have, I don't care about the cars and stuff, but you look good, you're mature, you know how to hold a conversation. That kind of, or what Quentin likes to call, cause he called somebody that I knew Zaddy. Remember when you called that person Zaddy? And that's another thing. Where did that come from?
Yeah,
and how can we find a person
people
and
say.
shoot them down? I dislike that word.
That's just a part of pop culture. I mean, it doesn't really mean anything.
It's a
for real. It is actually used as a compliment, though.
Sound like a rare dinosaur. The Zaddy.
Somebody that you're like,
Yeah, like he caught me so off guard. I couldn't even pronounce the word right. I was like,
Exactly.
Boy.
It's a term of endearment.
Exactly.
Well, let's hop here real quick. Personal growth and learning. We just talked about that. So can you get benefits from personal growth and learning? I think so. If the person is mature, has himself together, he can teach you a thing or two. I remember coming into this lifestyle. I was brought in, people taught me certain things. I was like 42, and he taught me a few things. He taught me about prep. He taught me about, all the other things. He taught me about the do's and don'ts of this lifestyle. So, he was real nice, and I learned a thing or two. And you can take what you can learn, and people can, they say that I'm humble and level-headed. I'm mainly because of him. He taught me well. And you learn some things or two from people who've already been in those shoes that you're already trying to fill. What do you guys think? Have you ever had a time with personal growth and learning from somebody older or younger? Because young people can teach you things too.
I said I was gonna play devil's advocate because in my experience of being the younger party, I have taught some of the older people that I've engaged with something. It's simply because I feel like they were set in their way, like all they knew is what they knew. So then I came along like, oh well, I want to do this, I want to try this, and he was like, wait, what? And let me try it. Like, oh, I like that. All right, good. You like it? You like it?
Okay, Quentin.
I agree with both
Freak,
of
by the
you.
way, TJ.
I agree with both of what you said. I mean, as far as if you're the younger one, then of course, if you are with somebody who's older, they've got more life experience for the most part, and been through different things. If you're paying attention, you can get some life lessons from them. Maybe not make the same mistakes that they did, and just have a better understanding of what may be to come going in the future. You get like a bird's eye view of what'll happen ahead. Then on the flip side, if you're the older one, usually younger people are more hip, more in touch with what's going on in society and what the new stuff is, the new lingo, the new music, all that kind of stuff. And you can teach the older person, you know, what the new thing is. And also, like you said, TJ, you can also teach different perspectives too that they may not have thought about because they may be set in their ways, or they only know one way, or have only been doing things one way. And as people evolve from younger and younger generations, usually they have more open-mindedness to new ideas. So they can teach that to the older person.
I think for me, I would love to be around somebody who appreciates music from back in the day, like the 90s. I was just having a conversation with somebody at work today, and we was talking about yesterday. Excuse me. We was discussing how, you know, we both like the Brandy, Mariah Carey, 90s R&B, and we're gonna also talk about something for the next episode or two. And not to segue, but why do men not sing music about females anymore? You don't. Back in the early 2000s, 90s, there was love songs about females and stuff. We'll get that down the road. But yeah, I'd rather mess with somebody who knows about music of back then. Like, don't get me wrong, I listen to music now, but you know, I'm not really big on rap, R&B. Rap or hip hop. I like Adele, Bruno Mars. I like Michael, Janet. I listen to a little bit of Jake, the white boy that was in Lil Nas X music video, Industrial.
Jack Harlow?
Yeah, Jack Harlow and Lil Nas X as well. So, you know, but Lil Nas X hasn't put out anything. Wow. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, I'd rather listen to somebody that liked it, Brandy and stuff, because we can match well. So yeah, that's just my perspective. But if somebody will want to put me on, I'm just telling you now, do not put me on the Sexy Red. I'm not interested. I'm just not, okay?
I'm trying to sexy need to run for.
TJ, I want to thank you. You are no longer allowed for coming to the show. No, I'm playing with you, but yeah, I'm just not a fan. You know, good for her for doing what she got to do. I'm not going to talk back about her and have a gun put to my head.
I can't either. I can't.
Right.
I mean, I know that's not what this is about. I care with her.
No, listen. This is about anything. We talk about anything that comes to our mind. That's what makes this country the greatest country until Trump gets in. So yeah, go.
The thing I will say though about her, just because she may not be my thing, I can't hate on her hustle. And also, clearly, there are a lot of people who are into that. So just because I don't like it doesn't mean that it's bad per se. It just means it's not my thing. But it's somebody else's thing, and that's okay. Now, you know, every once in a while, you might want to throw a song on like that just to, like, you know, have a little moment. Like, let me just feel it for a minute. But then, like, once the moment passes, all right, that's it.
So I have two things I want to discuss. I want to discuss this last part right here, and then I have one main question. Then we're gonna get ready to end this Monday night episode. But enhanced social circles. So in this thing, this benefit is saying that if I have somebody who's young and popular or old or popular, they're gonna draw in more social people.
I think so, and maybe I interpreted it a little differently. When I read enhanced social circle, I just thought kind of it meant expanded. His friends would become my friends, so I'd know people I typically wouldn't interact with because, you know, that's not my age group. You know, I don't know them. I'd never have, you know, the only time the only time I talk to somebody like 8 years older than me is when I'm at work, because that's my coworker. I can't help who I work with, but my friends are my age.
Quentin?
I would say the same thing. I mean, and it goes both ways on that one too. Like, the younger person is going to be talking to older people then because it's part of that person's social circle, so they've expanded their circle now. The older person may be having conversations or hanging out with younger people that they normally wouldn't hang out with. So both of them get an expanded social circle. And they can all learn from their different circles too, if their circles kind of get to meet as well.
So despite what, here we are, what you see is what you get. I'm a talk show host, podcast host, whatever. But believe it or not, people draw to me because of the hype, but I don't really always like talking to people. I'm friendly, but I gotta get comfortable with you. So if I'm dating someone and they got a lot of people, I'm like, whoa, okay, this dude's popular and stuff. But the Leo in me is like, all right, he's getting too much attention. Let me try to get some attention as well and mingle and stuff. But then there's times where, all right, that's enough mingling. You're bugging me. I said hi to you once. We discussed it our weekend. Now stop with the small talk and get out my face. But hey, you never know what that person can bring. But before we end this, I got something I wanted to discuss. This was a topic I didn't get a chance to do with the last episode. But Quentin, did we discuss this already?
We did not actually.
No, that's what I thought. All right, this is gonna be our final little TJ, you look like you're ready. Go answer it. You look like you want to say it. Go ahead.
No, it's a good question. I'm gonna say yes, because it's that fine line of, and I think it's more so people see it in heterosexual friendships. People always say men and women can't be friends because something's going to happen. If they get too close, something's going to happen. Mm-hmm. And that kind of plays a role into it. You picked a friend that you were attracted to. But my experience in that, when I went to college, I met several people. Not attracted to all of them, but some of them really cool. They really dope. So I say yeah, because I'm friends with them boys. If they tried me, I'd be like, nah, we good. But I thought we were friends.
Quentin, I'm gonna let you go, but I want to go first.
Yeah.
Not pulling rank. I just had something to say. I think because I don't know if I said it. I dropped it an episode. I didn't drop it. I dropped it a teaser, a thank you video. I don't know if it had anything to do. I forgot what I put in. I'm always trying to do stuff to make this show good. But I have a friend, and DeVal Washington. I don't care if he gets upset for me using his full name. DeVal Washington. That is my boy. That is my friend. Me and him been friends for 4 years, I think. And I'll never forget when I met him on Jack. And we went to go see some movie in Brooklyn. And, in the mindset, I just wanted to go with the flow. The first thing he said to me is, me and you are not having sex. I'm not attracted. I'm like, whoa.
Wow.
I'm just trying to take you to the movie. But see, here's the kicker. 4 years later, we are good friends. I don't get to see him as much as I want to, and he knows that. But we are good friends. We have never had sex. I had no interest whatsoever. He never made me feel no type of way. Now, here's the kicker. He's a good-looking dude, no doubt about it. But I have never felt that type of way for him. So it is possible. But, I'm going to keep it a buck with you. TJ, I found you attractive, still do. But nothing is going to happen, right now. Quentin, same with you. You're attractive as well, but nothing is going to happen. I have good-looking friends, but nothing has to happen. We can just be friends. Because I would want somebody, like, when I'm walking out, I get attention. I do. Not being cocky. I'm a tall giraffe walking down the street. So I'm going to get the attention. But I want somebody to look at the person next to me as well. Now there's times where I do have a friend and I'm like, whoa, you're gorgeous. You're really good looking. I'm like, dang. And I start to get the thought bubble going. I'm like, So yeah, but mainly most of my friends are all good looking, and I don't have sex with all my friends. Kim is my friend. She's beautiful. Clearly not attracted to her, but she's beautiful. Hands down beautiful. If I was on that team, oh yeah. But mainly, I think it will be messy, especially if you're building a good friendship. I think it will be messy unless you guys can have boundaries and have like a friend within type situation.
Yeah.
Did I make everybody speechless?
You threw a lot out there, but
I did. I'm not gonna edit it too. This is raw, baby. This is raw.
But I think that, first of all, a lot of times when you become friends with people, it's not based on whether they're attractive or not anyway. I mean, I'd like to think my friends are attractive, but I'm not trying to smash them. But at the same time, that's not necessarily why we became friends, especially if you meet people in random situations in life. Maybe it was one of your coworkers, or maybe somebody you went to school with, or maybe somebody you just happen to run into in life. You didn't necessarily pick that person to be your friend because they were attractive. It's just y'all have stuff in common, and the more y'all either talk about it and stuff, you start to know that, and then y'all just hang out as friends. Now, with that same thing being said, sometimes, right place, right time, drinks been flowing.
Quentin, please stop flirting with me. I told you. I'm not interested. God.
But
anyway.
You know what I'm saying, though. Sometimes, like, right time, right place, the mood just hits right. People been drinking or whatever, and then it's like... So those things can happen too,
Well, anybody that wants any friend watching this, if you want me to, it takes 3 Long Islands for me to do. That's all the time we have. TJ, I want to thank you for joining me.
3.
Yeah, just 3. Thank you for joining me, TJ. I appreciate you. We'll see you again. Quentin, you already know not to move yourself. TJ, have a good one.
Yeah, I have a.
See you, TJ.
I love TJ. I love having him on.
He's funny.
So, say it again.
He's really funny.
Yeah, he's funny.
And he's cool too.
So that was a good episode. Let's let the people know about what's happening next Monday, Quentin.
Next Monday is going to be a day. It's going to be the 20th.
Yeah.
And we are going, well, actually, it's going to be the following Monday. Yeah, it's going to be the 20th. We know what day that is in terms of, like, politically. That is
Inauguration Day. But it's also Martin Luther King Day. Let's not forget that, people.
But that's the more important thing. That is MLK Day.
Yes, and me and Quentin will be live for the first time ever. 6 o'clock. We're going to be live. If y'all don't know, the show is recorded and then edited and aired on Monday. But this will be our first live episode next Monday. I'm excited. We will not be talking about the inauguration unless he does something funny. Then we're going to talk crap about it. But we're going to talk about Martin Luther King. Is he still dreaming? The famous speech, I Had a Dream. We're going to talk about, has that dream come true? Is racism still alive and well? Is it secret? Is it coming out? Is racism coming out strong-headed with Trump? Trump is a racist as ever, and he gives permission to be racist. He stands in his 2 feet as the face of racism, and some people come out and they're all for it. This episode is going to be not too political, but we are going to talk about the racism. We're going to talk about race, excuse me, and the pros and cons. We're going to talk about people who have made a way. We're talking about Kamala Harris coming so close, but no cake, but still breaking the wall. I believe Shirley Chisholm didn't even make it to the convention. I believe, right? Did I?
I don't think she did.
She did.
She didn't make it to the convention. No.
Yeah,
but she was the first one to run, though. So
yeah, she was first one to run, paved the way for ones like Hillary Clinton and Kamala Harris. So it's going to be good. It's going to be an interesting live episode. I look forward to that, and then Monday after that, we're going to do part 2 of the gay culture community. There was so much that we left off.
So much,
right?
So much. There's a lot to add.
We'll have some guests on for that. I want TJ back for that. I think he'll like that. and we'll probably have a guest next Monday. We'll see what happens. But that is all the time we have. Hit that like button. See, I remembered. Hit that like button, like and subscribe, and show your friend. Yeah, share.
Yes.
I thank you all for looking at this show. Thank you all for always checking it out. We're just getting started. Quentin, we are just getting started. I love the background. I love it. And that's all the time we have. Everyone have a beautiful, blessed night. And I'll see you next Monday for our live episode. It's going to be good.
Good evening, y'all.
Lord.